Hey, Shalom and welcome to Rakama Kapashan Jim. It's London giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Chachwadash. I want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom at there to the hopeful elect, preaching truth in all sincerity. Back again with another video, right? And elder brother Rakar Yaquam, you sent this into the chat, right? This is an excerpt from an article which I believe belongs to this article here, but I don't have the to subscribe on it, right? So I can't actually access it through here, but let me see something. Make you pay for shit, right? But you can see here that the wording is it's kind of the same. But yeah, from the Times it says, "Police fear hard winter of surging crime and civil unrest." And it says chiefs draw up emergency plans to maintain law and order. Blah 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 blah. Right, but I think this is basically what it says here, right? It says police in the UK are preparing for a widespread breakdown in public order caused by the cost of living crisis if public isn't given a large enough government handout. Now, you know, the people here in the UK, they're growing restless with all the increasing energy prices and whatnot, and they've been begging the government essentially to do something about it, right? Now, we just had a new prime minister be put in office, and she's, you know, supposedly, so article today, supposedly she's freezing the prices and whatever. So we'll see. But you know, these you know, these police and that, they've been, you know, organizing, preparing for widespread unrest. All right. He says, after a huge spike next month, energy bills are set to soar to around £6,522 a year by next April, a level that threatens to push a third of the country into poverty. All right, and this is what we've been telling you, man. This place is going down the pan. This world is being ripped apart, okay, being destroyed, okay, and you people, okay, are gonna get put into a condition that you've never been in before, man. All right, a time like no other. Okay, pursuant to Daniel chapter 12 verse 1, right? And we'll get that quickly. He says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, standing for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation even at that same time. That is what you're walking into right now, man, or sleepwalking into, man. You don't really understand the gravity or the depth of what it is that is going to occur in this place, man. Okay, and not just here in the UK, around the whole world, man. Okay, everything's falling apart. Okay, and this world is going to go through this time of trouble, man. All right. This is it says shoplifting, burglary, and vehicle theft, as well as online fraud and blackmail, are all expected to soar as people desperately try to make ends meet, with criminal opportunists also eager to justify their actions. All right, so they believe that's all gonna, you know, exponentially increase, right? It says, meanwhile, the government is also preparing phone lines and computer systems to fail as a result of blackouts. All right, so they're preparing for blackouts too, right? And there's going to be those very same opportunists, man, are going to take opportunity in those blackouts, man. Okay, breaking into houses. Well, you know, you got burglary here. All right, breaking into houses, you know, killing, doing whatever, man, that you can get away with in the under the cover of night. All right, these men are gonna become like Batman. All right, stalking in the shadows. You know, this is as an exercise code named Noble Birch took place, which was centered around keeping Whitehall operational during a widespread power failure. Yeah, as long as they're alright in it. They know how bad it's going to get because they are helping aid all of this. And what do they say? Sell you to be dependent on the government hand. Okay, that's thrown in. You know, whoever's message this originally was. All right. But yeah, you know, you're gonna be very dependent on the government trying to help you out these scenarios, right? Because it's gonna be scary for a lot of people, man. right? When the lights go off, okay, when there's no electricity, right? When there's no water, when there's no food, right? It's gonna get scary, and there's gonna be violence on the street, right? This place is gonna descend into chaos, man. And you know, these authorities and that, they're preparing for that time. All right, they're preparing for that time. You know, it's gonna be a violent. It's gonna turn into a violent world, man. And you know, these authorities are gonna meet with violence, man. It's not how you spell it. Ezekiel chapter 21, verse 9. It says, Son of man, prophesy and say, Thus saith the Lord, say, a sword is sharpened and also furbished. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth? It continueth the rod of my son as every tree, right? Furbished is you know, it's like being polished up, it's being prepared, right? Made perfected. Okay, like the finishing touches on the thing, right? And they're preparing for this moment. They have been preparing for this moment for a long time. Right? They know, well, they're the ones causing it, but they know that chaos is gonna come, right? And they're gonna have to, you know, use force to maintain order. All right. This is and he have given it to be furbished that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened and is furbished to give it into the hand of the slayer. Okay, and the slayer is Esau. All right. Because we're coming into that time, you know, they're gonna, well, people are gonna rise up, and you know, these officers and that, they're gonna meet them with great violence. All right, so this is from 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 16. Maybe from verse 14, right? It says, Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Okay, with the intent to kill. You know, whatever killing instruments they've got, they're gonna use, man. Right? It says, For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they should not regard their kings or princes, right? So these people are gonna lose their mind and go buck wild. Okay, when these people are hungry and starving, man, they're gonna lose their shit, right? And they ain't gonna be wanting to listen to the government, telling everybody it's gonna be all right, right? You're gonna get those that want to comply, and you're gonna get those that want to take issues into their own hands, man. Right, but you're gonna get a lot of people out there that's gonna be very disgruntled, very angry, very aggressive, because the government ain't doing shit, and these men are starving, and the families are starving. Right? So we're not gonna wait. Okay? So they should not regard the kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man should desire to go into a city and should not be able, right? Because you know these police forces, these militaries, right? They're gonna establish lockdowns, man. All right. It says, for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Right? Because they'll be going into each other's houses, breaking in, stealing, killing, maiming, whatever, raping. All right. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread. Right. That hunger is a kicker, man. Right. People don't know desperation until they're hungry. And their belly's been empty for a while. Then you see how desperate a person can get. Okay, what they're prepared to do. How low are they're far, you know, they're willing to sink. All right, in order to fill their stomach, man, or fill their family's stomach, you know, their children's stomach. You're gonna see a whole new side to people, man. Okay, you're gonna see that people don't have integrity out here, man. You know. So yeah, so your neighbors, your best friends, and all that, they ain't gonna matter in that day, man. They're gonna turn on each other, man. Like bro Cowboy always brings out, you know, the quote from The Dark Knight, and Joker. It says when the chips are down, they eat each other, man. And you're gonna see that, man. Okay, you're gonna see these people turn animalistic. All right. It says their houses. Sorry. A man should have no pity upon his neighbor, but should destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Okay, that's the time we're heading into, man. Great tribulation. Okay, pursuant to Daniel 12:1. We just read, right? This is Isaiah 19, verse 2. It says, I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. Okay, again, this is the time we're coming into, man. Okay, things are gonna get real bad out here. Right? And I know you're expecting your governments to step in and that. And, they probably step in a little bit. They probably do what they, they'll say they do what they can, but you're gonna find that it ain't enough. And like I say, people are gonna get fed up of relying on the government. Others are gonna, continue to be the sheep that they are and continue to just wait it out, right? Until Esau come with a solution, come with the MOTB. But others, they ain't gonna be waiting, man. All right, they're gonna start, turning predatory, man. Right? It says verse 3, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst of thereof. Okay, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. Right? So this place is fading. Egypt is fading. Okay, and these people that make up Esau's kingdom, right? They're gonna turn on each other, man. All right. And at the end of it, it's going to be destroyed and taken over by Yahweh Shai, right? Which speaks about in verse 4. It says, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord. Okay, this is speaking about Yahweh Shai. And a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts. All right. And the waters shall fail from the sea, and the river shall be wasted and dried up. Yeah, you're getting problems with droughts around the world right now. Here in the UK too, they had those heat waves and drying up them rivers. Today is a we had thunder and lightning and rains in that last couple of days. It's raining now, whatever. But these places are suffering, man. They're either getting hit with drought or hit with floods. And they don't want neither of them. And so the Lord is bringing judgment upon these places, right? Is Matthew 24 verse 7 says, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences. Right? Famines, we keep talking about famines, man. Right? And that is a real, well, we know it for certainty, man. But right now, for those of you that sit on the fence and don't really believe and all that kind of stuff, it's a real possibility what's going on right now, that there's going to be famines, right? That's what should be in your mind right now. Shit, like the way things are set up right now, there might be nothing on the shelves. I might not have no electricity in my house. These are all real things right now. Right? And like I said, we know it for certainty, man. And this ain't gonna end well for nobody. Well, except for the elect. This ain't gonna end well for the people, for the people of the world, man. Thinking that they're gonna come out the other side somehow. This world is on its way out. Okay, and you people in the world are gonna go out with the world. Right? It says kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places, man. This is the time we're in. All right, all these are the beginning of sorrows. Okay, you ain't no sorrow yet. This is the beginning of it. All right. And it goes into speaking to about us, man. But I'm going to jump down to verse 12 here. It says, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. You're going to see people change, man. Okay, Fred across the road ain't going to be the same person you knew. Right? Everybody's going to be changed by these life-changing experiences, man. Okay, they're going to change, man. Become cold. Ruthless. You know, I'm going to close up with this. Is 2 Ezra chapter 9 verse 1 said, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, right? Makes you paying attention to the things that are going on right now. And you know, pay attention to these prophecies. Okay, and you should be able to see if the Lord is dealing with you, right? That these are the moments that the Lord has been speaking about. Okay, there ain't no recovery. Okay, every day that we move on in this kingdom is another day closer to its destruction. Right, there is no extension for this kingdom. There's no, you know, moment where this place is gonna reach its peak again. It ain't happening. Okay, this is on its spiral down. All right, and things, like I said, are only gonna get worse from here on out. This is measure out the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, these signs, these prophecies, these events that are taking place in the world, right? That's what the signs are, right? These prophecies being fulfilled. So which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Right, when the Lord bringing his judgment, right? The day of the Lord is fast approaching. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, right? And you can see, you know, the disgruntled nature of these people in these different countries, man. How they're protesting and you know, breaking into government buildings and whatever. You can see that increasing, man. This isn't gonna stop. This is only gonna increase when people get more and more pissed off, more and more desperate. They're gonna get more and more angry. Right? That's why there's gonna be sedition. That's why, you know, these guys are preparing, because they know. They know, right? This is where it's going to lead to. But we also know there's not enough police. They're underfunded, right? Overworked. These men are not really ready for all of this. They don't really want to deal with all of this. Right? And that's why the military is going to get involved in martial law, you know, to gain greater control. Because at the end of the day, you know, these people are not ready for what's about to happen, man. You know, they're going to be suffering too. They ain't getting paid enough. They're gonna be lacking food and electricity too, man. You know, so a lot of them are gonna walk out, but you know, the military are good dogs, man. They'll pick up the slack. Okay, but that's why lethal force will be used, man, because they don't have the numbers to well, they never did do, but you know, to arrest people and to put them in cell. They don't have that kind of manpower and the facilities to do all that, man. That's why lethal force is preferable, because it'll just get done. It'll get sorted out quick. That's why things are gonna get violent very quickly. You know, that's why that sword is being furbished, because they're not gonna come nicey, man. They're not gonna, you know, just simply come and arrest you, man. There's a lot of time, a lot of effort to deal with, right? Because there's gonna be a lot of people on the street, man. There's gonna be a lot of people on the street, and there's gonna be a lot of things for the police to deal with, man. That's why they're just gonna use lethal force, man. You were warned. Okay, they will tell you you was warned, man. All right. Anyways, so therefore, verse 3, so therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end is manifest. Even so the times also the highest have plain beginnings in wonder and powerful works, endings in effects and signs. Alright? So, you know, these guys are preparing, okay? These people, you know, the people out here, they're losing their minds. Okay, they don't want to have to deal with, you know, these price increases. All right. So like I said, there's gonna be a breakdown in society, man. Big time. Okay, in a time like no one has ever experienced before. All right. So you know, with that, I'm gonna end it there. Lord willing, this was edifying, and I'll catch you brothers and sisters on the next video. So till then, I'll say shalom.